Welcome to Fashion Show Reaction with facial recognition, where we react to fashion show videos, but with a twist. We apply facial recognition technology so that we can identify the models.
For our 7th episode covering womenswear for the fall and winter 2025-26 season, we are going to react to Maria Grazia Chiuri's collection for Christian Dior.
Are you ready? Here we go.
Get ready for a ride, as the original video of this show lent itself to us cutting it up quite a bit. The result is we identify 70 models in a pretty short video, with us humans helping out on 3 of those identifications.
That is the most identifications we have ever made in a video on this channel. I was not a huge fan of the flying papier-mâché pterodactyl, or the show overall, or the clothes in this collection in general. Since you seem to like the pirate-like, or maybe kind of Victorian style, I'll let you pick the best look this time.
You are just too kind. I do like the layered looks in this collection in general, but of course we have some pantless looks to make fun of.
And we have quite a few new models that we have not previously identified on the channel. Normally the software IDs add no problem, but here we have slowed the video down so you can see the computer struggle before it figures out who she is.
Look at the necks here. These are riffs on an Elizabethan ruffle, so quite a bit earlier than you suggested Victorian era.
We don't talk bad about models here, but Sasha is overdoing it. Whoa, the redcoats are coming and bringing your pirate looks.
Note the stylized corset under the ruffle. That is a recurring device in this collection. But here we step off the pirate ship for some somber black ensembles.
We have pointed this out in previous videos, but again, this look harkens back to our very first video reacting to Ellie Saab and our honorable mention there. But here comes your corset again, but no ruffles on this look.
The ruff collar keeps reappearing in this first section of the show. If you watch the entire show, you will see it was divided into 4 separate sections. You will see ruffles throughout, so it is not like 4 separate collections.
Okay, I am sorry, but I think the corset device looks clunky on these next couple of looks. Another thing you might notice is that Guido Palau doing hair and Peter Phillips on makeup have made a very serious effort to have all the models with straight hair look as close as they can to each other. Note the wisp of bang crossing their foreheads from our right to left.
While I have to be honest and say that as a human it is at times difficult to tell who is who due to this styling, the computer does not seem to care. Even through dark glasses, you cannot change the shape of your face.
Check out this fabric that Drew is presenting. It looks kind of like camouflage. And then like with Edna earlier, even though the computer usually never has an issue identifying Freya, it stutters a bit here. Here you go, Sugar. I'll let you pick.
I liked the ruffles and layers combined with the tan fabric. And it does seem like we are in a little tan section of the collection, including the details on this shearling coat.
These transparent, ethereal looks really stand out amongst all of your pirates in the show, and unfortunately we had to step in and assist the computer.
Last episode you mentioned that show had 3 Finns and 3 Campbells. Here we learn that Kit is a unisex name, as we have seen both male and now female models named Kit. Ooh, the ruff collar does not work on this outfit, which is again a lot like some Ellie Saab stuff we have seen in the past.
And as we see us having to step in and do an ID here, maybe someday we will get good enough to know if all the designers had a common influence leading to these designs. Oops, Claudia lost her pants.
Maybe she can sing and is practicing for her pop star debut.
That's right. Females have a hard time singing while wearing pants in the 21st century. Here you go, honey. Let's put a Toreador-style jacket over your pirate look.
There is a little too much shirt hanging out with this short jacket. The look works better with a long coat. And while I like the beret, what is with the veil? It is simply not needed and derivative of other collections we have reacted to. Not again. We still dislike overly long sleeves with tiny little fingertips sticking out.
And I have to say that Dior's attempt at streetwear with the J'adore Dior on t-shirts pales in comparison to Pharrell's work for Louis Vuitton.
The ruff collar returns. And wow, Vika was a popular baby name 20 years ago. I am not sure about this silvery fabric. What do you think?
I think the House of Dior has lost its way and cannot figure out what it is. I mean, what is this monstrosity that they put Victoria in? Maybe we should not throw stones, because here is our last example of having to step in and help out the computer.
Now we have a gold version of the fabric. I wonder what it feels like. If you look at the way it moves on these pants, it might be softer than I think.
The stylized corset kind of comes out of nowhere on this look.
Yes, Maria really wore that device out here. Okay, wait a second. This is beautiful, and finally a nice use of the rough collar. This makes me think of Dior more than the pirate outfits. But then snap. Right back to a trench coat.
Why do we keep throwing in these beautiful, ethereal looks in the middle of a bunch of trench coats?
This is a very unsatisfying show. Not so much the clothes themselves, but the way they group them. Ellen Swan is listed as fashion editor and stylist.
I wish we could have had her as a special guest to hear what the overall idea was for the show, because I am not getting it.
I am not seeing the vision either. One look in particular I do not appreciate is these bell-shaped skirts. Feels like it would be hard to sit down without putting on a show.
And heaven forbid, if the venue you are at has a set of stairs. You would need a rear bodyguard to keep the paparazzi under control. More out-of-context veil work here, even though the beret fits the fit.
You're just so clever with that little pun there.
Please mean that with love, sugar. We are on a run of interesting play with collars here, but I am not buying this asymmetrical one.
Our ID box isn't the way, but I like this piece of whimsy. It works better than the corset.
Can you imagine what it costs to get this dry cleaned?
Well, you never actually touch the skirt, so maybe you can just clean the top.
You are such an optimist. I kind of feel like we have finally settled down into a Dior-ish groove now.
Agreed. These are great pieces. Even this use of the J'adore Dior is better than earlier. And Wow Yuju has a unique look. No problems for the computer with her. They did not do a standard parade for this show. Instead, they had all 70 models come and stand on the stage, which means we did not get much. If you enjoyed applying facial recognition to a fashion show, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Bye now.
Unfortunately, we missed Maria. See you next episode.